So here is my preliminary FVA Functional Visual Assessment Kit. Portable, you can carry it around, very nice. What's inside? Oh, many items. We'll start with a toy that I know we don't need to have, but I found it very nice in low vision, just to see if the child can hit it. And then I could do to different visual fields if possible. It can also make a little music if I push that button, and it's easily cleanable. This vision kit would be for children. It could go all ages, but I was primarily thinking of younger children or children who are working on skills. We have forms in here. I put some color paper. I'll go through that later, of course. And some items, and then essential forms. And today I'm using my cheat sheet for creating a functional visual assessment kit. We're keeping in mind that things should be multi-purpose and be able to clean them all up. So several of the things we have in here is jelly beans, which we can use for treats if the child is able to eat that. Also, I could put them on different color backgrounds and have them reach to grab them to see if they had a nice high contrast or no contrast. You know, yellow on a yellow would be very hard. Scatter it about and see a visual field if I wanted to. I have a variety of blocks. They go from large to small. It was the same idea. We could have them match the shapes. We could have them match the colors. They're plastic, easily washable. If we're getting a little more advanced for the child who might know numbers and colors, I have this number line that's all one color, but it's different, so I can get a little contrast testing in. And then the child can simply match the color, the number to the number. I tried to get all of the same color, but you'll see this yellow, this orange 3 sneaked in because that's all I had. And again, if I'm checking visual fields, I can put this way over here and the child will find it there and place it on. Doop, doop, doop. Moving on, I also sneaked in just a little, these are foams, they're a little more difficult to wash, but you can wipe them down with alcohol wipes. They do have letters on them and allowed me to see if the white on the blue background print might be helpful. We can also roll it, maybe start writing some words. This is actually just the one number print on there, but this allows me to have the child try to manipulate the pegs and place them in each space. And that's just to see if they can find that area and pop it in, and if I move it, will that happen? Assuming that they have the gross motor skills or the fine motor skills to be able to pull that off. And here is my kind of holy grail of confrontation field testing. We have these guys that light up, so you can see that, and we can hold, my mind, we also have a ball that lights up, and I can roll that across the room, see how it's going, track it up, track it down. Maybe it'll be your focal point. Maybe this will be your central focal point, my friend the minion. And I was thinking we could hold the minion out, and then, oops, he's going to come eat the minion, and see when it reaches your visual field. There you go. So I have several of those. I also included the yellow bucket in case with any of the smaller things we have, we want to have them placing them in a bucket, and we could have that light brightly lit up. Everything kind of tucks right back in, so they should all fit right back in. I also have some beads. These are a little larger for the kids who might not have that smaller. They might need a larger visual target. They might need larger pieces to work on, but this allows them to do sort of the modified caterpillar. And we could spread out the different color beads. I could hold the lace. The child could bring it to me and place it on. And that way I could check perception, colors, all sorts of things, of course. Here is a little pen light that's going to go with me in case I need that. I have some items that are just the sparkly in case the things that are matte colored are not as exciting. We can still pick them up, place them around. I know we are big on our lighthouse guide. We have some LEA symbols, of course. And then I've got some different size font. I marked them. 72, and then all the way down to smaller with some sizing in between. down to our very smallest sized font to see if the student could read that. I'm thinking in my line of work, I also would like to see what the kids can do with different types of pictographs or symbol sticks, these are, and see if the child will be able to point to them. This doesn't have much contrast, so it's actually really tricky, I think. And I chose ones that were a little bit smaller, see if they could find the larger visual field. The complexity there is pretty big. I would also like to do black and white copies, because I know we make a lot of copies in my classroom. And then this is just different colors. Construction paper, so we could put it down as we're testing, as our, put our work on the mat, so we could help with that. And if I want to check for complexity, I've got some sorts of different paper in case I want to really mix it up. Try to get one of those jelly beans on there so they could find that. I think that's all I have right now. And of course, I have lots of room for files and forms and filling them out. I should have a clipboard. And I'm sure I can add to this 1,000 things I need as I go along. Thank you for looking.